David Griffin. We are back, my friend. We are back. It's 2024. We're going to go over our top things of 2023.
It's been too long.
Welcome back, everybody, to TV Talk. Josh Macuga, David Griffin. We missed all of you very much. David, talk to me. How was your holidays, my man? How was everything?
It was good. It was smooth. I went to my first, not my first. My first game at SoFi Stadium out here in LA. The Bills came out a few weeks back and played the Chargers in typical Bills fashion. It was very stressful. The Chargers almost won it. It had to come down to a last chance field goal there to win it all. So Buffalo won. I got to meet some of the Bills Mafia from the Orange County Bills backers in Newport Beach at Cruisers. Pretty cool group of people. Some people are from LA and Southern California. Some people are transplants from Western New York. So it was cool to talk about Western New York stuff with people. And Michelle came, and it was a whole big thing. It was a fun night. We won, so it was a fun night.
That's
fun
awesome.
Night. Yeah, everything. Everybody's doing well. The family was good. We just stayed here and chilled. Josh, you did like some travels. You actually got out and saw some people and played golf.
Honestly, it was a lot of traveling. I felt like I lived in my car for like 2.5 weeks, but we came to LA for like what seemed like 17 years, but it was only like 2 days. Saw some family, just stayed with Tanner and Kayla for a night, and then headed to Palm Springs with the family. It was really nice. We stayed in this absurd house. It was so silly. It was a Dave & Buster's. Like there was a game room. Apparently the guy who owned it is a professional poker player, and so the game room was like poker tables and arcade games and pinball machines. And so it was super fun. And then I got sick. I got a crazy sinus infection, as is going to happen when you have children and all the kids are around and everything. But all in all, it was a nice Christmas. I think my Christmas gift that I had to wait until January the 6th was the Steelers making the playoffs, or the 7th, whatever we were at. That was my Christmas present. The Pittsburgh Steelers gifted me the gift of playoffs, David. And that really what I want to do, Jonathan Peck, is thanks to the Titans. Thank you, Tennessee, for beating the hapless Jaguars. The state of Florida was just slapped around by football this month, these last 6 weeks, from Florida State to Jacksonville to the University of Florida, all the way around. Florida did not do well when it comes to football, except for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are in the playoffs and nobody knew.
Baker had a decent season.
Idea.
Yeah, good for Baker.
Good for Baker.
So if those of you who aren't following the NFL, it is now Buffalo and Pittsburgh in the first round of the playoffs, the wild card in Orchard Park, New York. It's about 30 minutes outside Buffalo. Orchard Park. It's going to be cold, windy, but Pittsburgh's cold and windy, so there's no advantage there. It's going to be probably a lot of ground and pound and sluggish football, probably.
Ground and pound, 3 yards of dust, David.
Yep.
We will be. We are best buds, but mortal enemies on Sunday. Come 10 a.m. Pacific. Good to see everybody in chat. Troy, Craft the Jedi, Jonathan Peck, Joe Frisboy, MKS Songbird. Good to see you, David. I'm nervous about the game. I want to wish you the best of luck. Like I've said before, I've always kind of been a Bills fan. I like the Bills. I'm not a fan. But I like Josh Allen. The guy's name is Josh. I like the team. I like Stephon Diggs. I like Buffalo as a city. I like Western New York. It's so close to Pittsburgh. Western New York and Western Pennsylvania are way more like each other than they know, right? It's like a very similar people. We have like one pride, and it's both of our football teams. It's Steelers Sunday, it's Bills Sunday, it's Bills Mafia, it's Steelers Nation. It's all of that together. When the Titans lost and I realized we were going to play you, Amanda was like, "Isn't David a Bills fan?" I was like,
yeah, he is. Yeah. But don't worry, Jack, even if the score is out of control or we win, I'm not going to hound you. I don't really do that. Because I'm a nervous Bills fan, so I never get overly confident. And also, too, Josh, which you've probably heard the story 100 times, and you're going to hear it on the broadcast 100 times. Yeah. But did you know that Mike Tomlin and coach Sean McDermott from Buffalo played college football together?
Right?
They've shown this picture. They're gonna. So if you do watch the game, you're gonna hear that story.
If I do watch the game, David,
if our folks here in the chat are going to watch the game, you're going to hear that story about their connection. Like, did you know? So,
okay, here's what we have to do. Here's the bet.
Yes.
Here's our bet. Our friendly.
I'm fine with a friendly wager. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
If the Steelers win, you have to watch Primo. That's the show I want you to watch. Okay.
Not Daisy Jones. I still need to watch Daisy Jones.
Still need to watch Daisy Jones. It's fine. Okay. I want you to watch Primo. I want you to watch a comedy, David. I want you to get out of your British drama comfort zone, and I want you to watch a comedy. So then if the Bills win, I have to watch one of your shows. Now, it can't be like 6 seasons.
No,
of
I wouldn't do that to you.
You have to say hey, Josh, you got to watch this show, and then we can talk about it.
You like some of my shows. Like, I'm surprised you like Gilded Age.
I like all of your show.
Age. You like
we are stuck on episode 3 of Gilded Age. I'll tell you, we watched a lot of different TV during the break. It was actually a ton of fun. We watched. We can get into it, but we did not watch more Gilded Age. But it's next on the list. 100%.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm on episode. Don't feel bad. I'm on episode 5 of season 1. I really like it, but I needed to catch up on other things and keep up with everything else. So it's fine.
Yeah. So what show should I watch if the Bills?
I know, that's a tough one. Let me see. I have my list here. We're gonna talk about some things later. I don't want to spoil anything. You never Happy Valley.
Okay, I'll watch.
You don't need to watch the whole thing. Maybe just give the first season a couple episodes. You don't need to watch the whole thing. But maybe Happy Valley. That's one of my favorite cop shows out there. So,
Primo is only, I think, 8 episodes, maybe 10.
Okay.
So,
and it's 30 minutes.
30 minutes. It's on Freevee, so it's free. It's free TV.
Okay, free TV. Can't complain about free TV.
I think you'll really enjoy it, David. I think you will. Jonathan Peck says my wild card predictions are Browns beat Texans, Bills beat Steelers, Dolphins beat the Chiefs, Packers beat Cowboys. I like that. Lions beat Rams, Bucks beat Eagles. I could get behind all of those.
I like that. I really don't want to see the Chiefs again. I don't want to see Taylor Swift in Orchard Park. I don't need to see all that. Don't need to see that. Nobody needs that.
I love the conspiracy theory. This is TV talk that NBC put the game exclusively on Peacock so that Taylor Swift's fans would all buy subscriptions.
Oh my gosh. It probably is. It's probably true. Because she'll promote it, I'm sure. I'm sure she'll do something on Instagram or something.
Isn't this amazing?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I saw MK Songbird also said that Warrior was canceled. Yes, I saw that, but there's some hope with that. I believe that they're shopping it to Netflix. Netflix may save Warrior. I may get a season 4. So maybe.
I saw Warrior got canceled. I will say, David, here's how I finished Warrior. Okay.
Yes.
I'm all caught up, finished the entire show. Yeah. I will say how Warrior ended. If they never do another season, I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's good.
Sort of ended like a series finale could end, right? Mm-hmm. But it didn't wrap everything up, but it did wrap a lot of things up, kind of in a bow, right? Now, Amanda, we were in Santa Barbara. We stopped because the drive from Palm Springs to where we live is 10, sometimes 12 hours. It is a long drive. And with Rosie, we split up the drive. So we stopped in Santa Barbara and we were sitting around that night and Amanda's like, I bought myself a Christmas gift. And she's like, and you have to put it together. And I was like, oh God. So she bought 2 dressers for our room and I had to put them together. Each dresser took me about 3.5 hours. And I finished entire season 3 of Warrior building 2 dressers. I got through it. Amanda came up at one point and she was like, all this show is sex. And I was like, there is fights between the sex. Okay. There are fisticuffs between the boobs. All right. And I got through the whole thing. And I got to tell you, it's in my 2023 list and we'll get to it, but really enjoy that show. I was a fan. It's not as good as Banshee. There are very few shows that are as good as Banshee.
No, Banshee was excellent.
In the Cinemax realm. There are very few shows, right?
Yes.
But it's very well done, and I hope Netflix picks it up because I think it could really have another 1 or 2 seasons and still be kind of badass. So yeah,
and then 2 people are pointing out we're going to talk about that later in the show, but Our Flag Means Death also canceled. I only, to be honest, Josh, I told you about how much I love this show, and I've only seen the first season, so I'm probably at fault for the show being canceled because when season 2 came out, it's not that I didn't want to watch it, I just never got around to it. So
wait, it got canceled?
It's canceled. Yes. It was just a few hours ago, I think.
I watched the first episode, thought it was pretty funny and never watched past it. So
yeah,
maybe.
Sorry.
Quick heads up to everybody in chat. You guys can Streamlabs to help support the show, and you can super chat right on YouTube. So thank you very much. Troy says this, and Troy, I will not get behind this bet. This is insane. If the Steelers don't crack double-digit points, Josh has to watch all 1,197 episodes of Doctor Who, or however freaking many there are. LOL. Yeah, that's something I can't get behind, but I can't get behind that. MKS Songbird, Netflix picked up the 3 seasons to start streaming in February. Would love to see it come back from the dead again, though.
Okay.
He's saying that Netflix picked up the Warrior season. It's strange that it left Max. Well, it would be on Max and Netflix at the same time.
It's probably still on Max, I bet. But I don't know when that would start either. So I can't confirm that. I'm not sure. But it makes sense. I mean, we're like right now, we're seeing, like I said, I was trying to find Mario Brothers to show Miles the other day. And I was like, oh, it's not on Peacock anymore. No, it's on Netflix. Mario Brothers, the movie's on Netflix right now. So everybody's selling everything to make, because all the streamers need money. Everybody's trying to make money right now, except for Netflix. Netflix is fine.
That's why the NFL put a playoff game exclusively on friggin' Peacock, because nobody's watching Peacock.
Nope. There's only so much Poker Face can do.
we predicted this on TV Talk in 2016.
Yeah,
we predicted it all.
Predicted
it all.
Yeah.
Rick Samoris. Josh should watch Arcane instead. It is out of his comfort zone.
Oh, that's an animation. That's a animation. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
That's Gold Jack. Now, David, before we get into like some heavy TV talk, I have to tell you, Sunday might have been. I talked about it last night on live streamed on Fan Controlled Sports for the entire national championship. I shot a career low on Sunday.
Oh, congrats!
Thank you, my friend.
Did you? Because wait, let me, if I can remember, your career low is it 77?
It was a 77.
Oh, I remembered. Okay. Oh no, this that you just shot, or did you shoot lower than a 77?
Just shot lower than a 77.
Yeah. Wow. What'd you get? What was it?
75.
Congrats, man. Congrats. Thanks, 3 over on a 72, par 72.
Par 72, 6,600 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I had 4 birdies.
Wow.
I mean, 3 birdies on the front 9 and a lip out for eagle on the back 9. I mean, I was just playing good golf, David.
Congrats.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I was just feeling it. It was something special. And I think it was all due to the fact that after the front 9, I learned on 9 that the Steelers made the playoffs, and I was like, boom, drive down, birdie putt, missed it. Boom, drive down, eagle putt, missed the eagle, make the birdie. Boom, par. Like, I was just on fire, David. It was all thanks to the Tennessee Titans. Did you see the Tennessee Titans? Did you see the Steelers fans in the stands in Tennessee?
Oh no, I didn't see that. No, I was watching the game. I was watching the Titans game.
That was something special. MKS Songbird, seems like Warrior will stay on Max as well as be available on Netflix. I think this is all going to just turn into Netflix and Amazon. That's the only ones you're going to watch. They're going to just buy up everything. Yeah. Maybe Apple, because they can support it with hardware. And I would say Disney can support it with anything, because it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it's just the thing we've known for a long time with the streaming wars is Netflix is the top. Yeah. Apple and Amazon can survive even their shows not doing well, because they have other ways of making revenue, but everything else, there's going to be some mergers coming down the line for sure. Yeah, really, this year is going to be like the year of mergers.
Totally.
I think. Yes. And Joe Frisboy, yes, talking about Blue Eye Samurai. I did watch it over the break. It's very good. Josh, it's animated. But it's really good. It is really good. I'm glad I followed everybody's advice and why it made a lot of top 10s. That you look at, like some of the the publications out there, it made some top 10 lists. It's legit. It's very good.
Troy says, if I play bogey golf, I'm ecstatic. That's David. David loves bogey golf.
I love Josh. Like, David, how did you? I said I shot 1 under bogey golf.
Yeah.
So instead of a 90, I shot an 89. I'm all about the 1 under, the 2 under bogey golf. Maybe 3 over bogey golf. Not a good day. But I'm all about bogey golf.
Ross Bristow says, where will Harbaugh sign? I think he stays. I honestly think he probably stays at Michigan.
They offered him like a 10-year deal or 10. It's like, you're going to get paid just as much. It's like, just stay there. Seems easier.
I know what Harbaugh wants. He wants to be able to tell people what to do. NFL players these days don't want to be told what to do. Nope. He can mold young men. If I were him, I'd just stay at Michigan. You're in Ann Arbor. You're a god now. You just won a national title. You're a god there. You go to Los Angeles. Nobody gives a shit. You go to Washington. You're not going to win right away. You can't change the culture right away. It's kind of a losing. And then Tennessee, they just fired Mike Vrabel. So there's no learning curve there.
Down. And I would love to see Belichick do commentary, just his dry delivery. Like, that was an okay pass right there, I guess. I would love to see I don't want Belichick to coach. Just put him in commentary. I just want to hear it. I put him in the booth. I just want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. Jeremiah Fuertes says, usually not an animated guy, but Blue Eyed Samurai is actually great.
It is.
I love Joe Frisboy just calling me a lost cause. That's my favorite thing that's happened today.
Maybe that'll be the show I have you watch, Josh. So that way you're not have to commit to like a 3-season show. No, the animation. No, okay. We'll stick with Happy Valley. We'll stick
Can't
Happy
do that.
Valley.
You
Sorry
can't
about
do
that, Josh. All right.
I
That was
gave
too
you
low.
a really good show with live
true.
action and people. You can't
That's true.
give me that.
I won't do
Sorry.
it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have
Right.
suggested it.
It's okay. All right, let's you updated our document here.
Yeah,
So
this is a little bit of news. Nothing
yeah,
crazy. Golden Globes happened last Sunday. Everybody hated Joe Coy. Wasn't great.
poor guy.
And then
Here's
I
the
think,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, I was
Go ahead,
talking
Josh.
to I have a thought on this, okay? So last year was Gerard Carmichael, okay?
Yes.
A good friend of mine, was a good friend. We both did stand up together for a long time. Joe Coy, I was on his podcast a long time ago. We used to do podcasts.
Seems like a great guy. Seems
Great
like a nice
guy.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. I've met his kid. He's just a really, really nice guy. Friends with a lot of the same people.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what the Golden Globes is missing, and here's why you have set those comedians up for failure. Okay, is that they are not famous enough to make fun of famous people.
Yeah,
they aren't. You need a Will Ferrell. You need a Ricky Gervais. You need a
Chris Rock.
Big, you need a Chris Rock.
Yeah.
You need a Amy Poehler, Tina Fey. You need people that are on the same level of fame and know these people and have worked on these people, because guess what? None of these people have senses of humor when it comes from somebody that is lower than them. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know what the Golden Globes is trying to do is it's trying to really get their diversity quota. Oh, we're going to get a black guy to do it last year, and we're going to get a Filipino guy to do it this year. And look, we're new, we're changing it. They are not. And you cannot put a stand-up comedian that is used to roasting crowds with whatever he wants to say. And Joe Coy, by the way, is like a very masculine dude, doesn't fly in that room. The Barbie joke did not land. You can't, like, you have to have writers write you these jokes, and you have to really, you are setting up stand-up comedians who aren't famous enough to make fun of famous people for failure.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Imagine this, David. Imagine you are a stand-up comedian, and all you want to do is be in a movie with Robert De Niro, but Robert De Niro doesn't know who you are, okay? And you go to the Golden Globes and you make fun of Robert De Niro. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? Right? He's never going to put you in one of his movies. He's never going to do it, right? Yeah. So, not Rick Samoris, not his fault. Apparently, he only has 10 days to prepare. Not Rick Samoris. 10 days is a fucking lifetime when it comes to writing jokes about famous people. You have a writer's room of 15 people probably for the Golden Globes. Some of, quote unquote, the best comedy writers in Hollywood, writing jokes for a stand-up comedian that his entire life has been delivering jokes. So don't tell me that 10 days to prepare is an excuse. I don't mean to yell at you, but that's a terrible, terrible, terrible excuse.
Yeah, it's just I thought that the jokes were, some of them were, they were actually kind of safe, I thought. Like, whereas Gervais like really pushed the limit. Like, he was getting at stuff that, like, you kind of hear rumors about. He was kind of hinting at things. You're like, oh, we're going to talk about that. But like, Coy's were a little bit safer. The Taylor Swift joke, which is funny because they showed her reaction. She was irritated, but like the joke wasn't even offensive. It was kind of just flat. It was not even offensive to her.
David, he's not famous enough. Nobody's famous enough to make fun
of
Taylor.
No one can know. He gets famous. That's true.
And Daniel Sevilla, Mark Ellis made the same point about Joe Coy on the Wangers yesterday. Daniel Sevilla, which point? That he's not famous enough to make fun of famous people, or that super famous people can only be made fun of by super famous people? Because I mean, regardless, Mark and I are usually on the same wavelength, so it makes sense that he does. He was out of his element up there. It felt like, poor guy. You are 100% out of your element. If you walked into a room and we're told to make fun of the most famous people on the planet, and you aren't one of the most famous people on the planet, and the entire viewing audience that's watching you is my mom. My mom, like the people that watch the Golden Globes, it's like middle America that was like, let me turn this stupid thing on. We don't care. They don't get ratings. Nobody gives a shit anymore. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to watch famous people congratulating themselves on being famous. They don't. It's over. He's not famous enough. You're right. He's right. Mark's right. Yeah. We're all right. So you need a super famous person that has no fear to go and make fun of super famous people. I'm telling you right now, if we all, like, I used to get a little butterflied when I would do huge names and press junkets. So would you probably, David, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It depends who I was interviewing, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
When I did the junket for, well, I mean, the famous one is the Tobey Maguire, but I couldn't care less. I was like drunk for that one. But when I went in for the press junket with, Marvel guy. Come on, it was for that Judge movie. Robert Downey Jr. For that movie, The Judge or whatever.
The Judge, yeah,
kind of freaking out. And he's definitely not like a super friendly guy to the press. And when you're sitting in a press junket all day long, the last thing they want to do is do another interview with the exact same questions. You know that. And when I go in asking my stupid, silly questions, sometimes it's received well and sometimes it isn't. So you got to imagine that half the people in that room are like, here comes the guy that's going to make fun of me. Right. And they're like, well, who the f- is this guy? We don't care about him. You set him up for failure every single time. And thanks to the Golden Globes, who just continually messes up. Just really just botch.
Macuga's done with award shows. Done.
I'm done with award shows. Yeah.
I mean, as far as the awards go, nothing was really a surprise. Succession ruled, and this is from the TV categories. The Bear, Beef did really well. It's not. I mean, Succession is considered. I mean, it's not really like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. Moments in the TV on the movie side, Oppenheimer, kind of owned everything.
The cooler awards that we didn't see because they wouldn't put this on TV is the Creative Arts Emmys. Nick Offerman getting a best guest star, and our buddy Sam Richardson winning for Ted Lasso, and then Tim Robinson winning for I Think You Should Leave. I think those were all awesome wins right there.
Yeah, I think, and those are more unexpected stuff you don't always see. I think even The Boys, I believe the stunt choreographer won a Creative Emmy award, which is really cool to see. Like the stunt choreography guys are getting awards. But in terms of this, it was all like the big prestigious people that you kind of expect to see. It was funny. Kieran Culkin's speech was funny. He was, picking on Pedro. He said, "This is like all mine, Pedro." He was being funny with him, and Pedro started laughing, then kind of fake crying. He was sad that he didn't get the award, but it seemed like they were having fun. So there was some nice
that's
moments.
the fun shit, right?
Yeah,
he's famous enough to make fun of another famous person.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
The guys on Barstool keep getting in trouble because they keep making fun of Taylor Swift on their podcast, and the Swifties keep because it's totally sarcastic. But the Swifties don't take sarcasm well, especially when you're making fun of Taylor Swift.
No.
And it is bombing, and it is hilarious, and they just keep going over the top. Speaking of David, did you happen to see? Do you know who Jersey Jerry is on the Barstool Network? Do you know who Jersey Jerry is?
I'm not. All I know is Frankie, and I watched the pizza review, so I know Portnoy and Frankie. That's about it.
So Jersey Jerry is a Steeler fan, kind of a crazy story. He was a heroin addict, cleaned himself up, got on Barstool. Well, they have a simulator in the Chicago office, and he stepped up to number 7 at Pebble Beach, right? And he was like, I'm just going to go live, and until I get a hole, I'm going to go live until I get a hole in one.
Oh, yeah. I saw something like thousands of shots. I saw on Instagram something like thousands of shots.
100 shots.
The same hole over and over again?
Over and over again. It took him over 30 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus Pena just writes Cat Williams. I had to kick him out.
Host, maybe?
Cat Williams to host the Golden Globes?
That would be interesting.
That's not going to go well.
That's not interesting.
I had to kick him out of the bar where I worked in LA multiple times. He accosted a waitress. He threw a glass at me. He's a bad dude. I do not like Cat Williams. All right. What do you think about it? I mean, I guess the Golden Globes really didn't do anything that.
No, I honestly didn't. I watched clips of it. I went back. I was watching football most of the day because the Bills game was on. It was the night game, so I was more interested in the Bills than I was the Golden Globes. So that was my attendance. Afterwards, I went back and I saw who won. I watched some of the speeches and saw some of who was the best dressed out there. But other than that, it's just I feel like the Golden Globes is like a primer for the Oscars. I feel like that's kind of where it pushes so Oppenheimer won Best Picture and drama, so it's probably going to win Best Picture. I mean, I feel like it's more of a primer for the Oscars. But other than that, the award shows are too long. I get bored. It's too many commercials. I just watch the highlights. I just watch the highlights.
MKF Songbird, nice to see Ali Wong and Steven Yeun win.
Yes.
I was not a fan of Beef, but I thought they both put on incredible performances.
Agreed. I'm the same, Josh. I watched some episodes. It just didn't connect with me. But I love those two, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Steven Yeun and Ali Wong.
Cat Williams, terrible basketball player, played against me and my buds in high school. Classic chucker of the ball. Yeah, I could see that. He gets the ball, he just throws it up. Ross Bristow, did you see Paul Giamatti had in?
Yes.
What did he bring it to he brought it to the goal?
No, it was after. So he was sitting there I'm guessing he was probably with his wife or something, and In-N-Out, and he had the Golden Globe on the In-N-Out table, and he's eating a burger. It's great. Oh, Josh, I know, again, this is TV talk, but a great movie to watch. It's kind of a holiday-esque film, is The Holdovers. It's on Peacock. You can stream it. It's very well done. It's from the same guy who did Sideways. So it has that kind of dry, humor. It's really funny. It's a good story, kind of a holiday movie. It's good. I enjoyed it.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. Tom G. Oh no, first show back for the new year, and I had to work late. Son of a Tom G. Ali Wong and Bill Hader. Who knew? Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I know they were dating. I thought Hader was. I don't know. I guess I thought he was married already or something. I can't keep track of the celebrities.
She
I don't
had
know what's going on.
babies with another man. I think
I knew she was recently divorced. I did see that. Okay. I did see that. So that's yeah.
Holdovers is on the cock, so I can check that out.
It is. It's very good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right. What else we got in the news?
I think we already kind of touched on it. Oh, so big Star Wars news today. Filoni is doing a Star Wars movie. I don't think we're super surprised that he got one. It's going to be called The Mandalorian and Grogu or something like that. He's got a film. Also announced on the TV side, we're getting Ahsoka season 2.
Whoa.
More Ahsoka.
So,
which is fine. I'm very.
We have to go back to that planet to rescue.
We got to go back. How are they going to get back? They got to get another whale, a space whale or something. I don't know how they're going to get back home.
Wait, who's on the planet? Ahsoka's on the planet, right? He's stuck on the planet.
Well, I know what's his name. No, he left. He's gone. That's right. He got out. Ezra's out. Ezra went back.
And the girl is back, right?
Sabine? No. Did Sabine get back?
Is Sabine still on the planet?
I think Sabine's still on the planet.
Okay, well.
I think.
Guess we'll see. Jeremy Fuertes, did you guys watch Fall of the House of Usher?
Yes, I did. That's not a show for Josh. It is creepy, and it would give poor Josh nightmares. He doesn't need that in his life. It's very well done. Very good. One of the better shows of 2023 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Don't worry, Josh. You don't have to watch that.
Sabine is on the planet with Ahsoka.
With Ahsoka. Yes, very good. Okay.
The ladies are stuck. Okay, got it.
And it's very sad that, again, we have to talk about Ray Stevenson has passed, and he was probably like my favorite character. I mean, they can recast him, but he's probably my favorite character. So sad he's gone.
And then tonight, Marvel's Echo drops tonight.
That's a big deal. They all weekend long during football. It was always like parental. They're really hyping the rated R of it all. It's like parental advisory, TVMA, like be prepared. And they're dropping all 5 episodes at 6 p.m. So in about 30 minutes, our time, Pacific Standard, we're going to get Echo.
Yeah.
It's got Vincent D'Onofrio in it. I'm down. If D'Onofrio's in a show, I'll check it out. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, he's playing Wilson Fisk, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's back.
Yeah. He's back. Daniel Savuya, I'm just looking forward to season 2 of Andor. Me too. When's that coming out?
I don't know.
We got
strike delayed everything.
Ross Bristow with a left fielder. I love how Poker Face is an anthology, but not. It's actually a procedural.
Yeah, it's a procedure. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's not
an
they solved it. It's basically CSI. It's CSI. Correct. Yeah. They solved it. Yes.
It's a more annoying version of CSI.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get to our what we watched during the holidays, David. Okay, so the Macugas. I'm all caught up on Fargo.
Yes. Yeah, same.
What are you thinking? How do you think? This might be I think this is the second best season, in my opinion.
Agreed. I would say I need to finish. We have 2 episodes left, I think.
2.
Yeah, I would say it's up there with one of the. Yeah, I would say it's my second favorite. It's awesome. I love everything about it. I'm so into this. It's so weird with these shows. So I know we're going to talk about all these, but Fargo, Reacher, and For All Mankind, you could definitely put them on a top 10 list of 2023, but they're still ongoing. We still have a couple episodes of For All Mankind, Reacher, and Fargo.
Wait, do we have a couple more episodes of For All Mankind?
For All Mankind might be one more.
One more.
One more.
We're on 9?
Yeah, 10. We're at 9. Yeah, 10 total.
Yeah,
so we have
10.
More.
2 more of Fargo. I at the beginning of this season of For All Mankind, I was like, man, I don't know where this is going. I don't like it. The back half of this season has been fantastic.
Once what's his name proposes his idea of what he wants to, I'm like, oh yes, this is it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Love it.
And MKS Songbird says Juno Temple is fantastic. Juno Temple will not only be nominated for Emmys,
she should win.
And whatever, she'll win them.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not close.
It's crazy. John Hamm is up for a Golden Globe. He was up for one already for Fargo. I don't know if Juno is up though. I forgot to check, but John Hamm was. He didn't win, but he was up. Yeah, he was.
Well, then, so Juno Temple didn't get nominated. Are you
I mean,
sure?
it's one of those things where, you know how like sometimes you can show up in 2 different Emmys and 2 different Golden Globes because of the calendar when the episode
Yeah.
airs. But I believe Ham was up for a
Is
nomination.
Juno Temple up for one too?
I don't know. I didn't check that. Let me see. I know Ham is. Yeah, Ham was up for best performance by a male actor in a limited series. So he
Okay.
was up. Let's see if Juno. She was. She was. And she lost to Ali Wong. Yeah,
Wow.
she was up with Olsen, Brie Larson, Riley
Well, I'm an
Coe,
idiot.
and
Maybe
Rachel
okay.
Weisz.
My bad. I did
Yeah.
not see that. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Well,
Yeah.
I'm wrong, but I
just found out. I didn't know. Yeah.
Troy, if we're all expecting a mixed bag from Echo, will the internet still say it's disappointing? Yeah.
Of course, because Marvel's because it's a Marvel show. If it was any other show, they'd be like, oh, it's fine. Because it's Marvel, it's going to be under the most scrutiny of
Ever.
anything. So yes.
Yeah, from it, I think they've all been solid. The Macugas also watched, David, Murder at the End of the World. Did you watch? Have you watched?
I did not. That's the Britt Marling show. How is it?
Correct.
She's deep. She's one of those.
Deep. She's weird. Deep. But this show is like it's a whodunit for sure. But it's actually like I kind of called it, but I liked the way it ended. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it started out awesome. It was 8 episodes, I think. It could have been 6 for sure. And it ended okay.
Okay. It was one of those things where I saw that the first episode was like an hour and 20 minutes one night. And it was one of those times where I was like, again, I'm an old man. We go to bed at like no later than 10. So it was one of those things where it's like 8:45, 9 o'clock. And I'm like, like, do I want to start this? It's like I can do 45 minutes. I can do 45. I can't do an hour and 20. But no, it's on my watch list. Josh, another show that I want to watch that I'm curious. Did you watch Dead Ringers?
No,
that's getting a lot of buzz. One of the Prime Video shows with Rachel Weisz.
Robinson?
No. I don't know. I know Rachel Weisz is in it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about Craig Robinson. But anyway, sorry. What else did the Macugas watch?
No, I didn't. I have not watched Dead Ringers, but should we be watching?
I mean, she was up for a Golden Globe. It's gotten really good reviews. It's on a lot of top 10 lists.
Okay.
MK,
Dead Ringers was very good.
All right.
Geez, I called the murder, but I couldn't figure out the how. The how was a big twist on Murder at the End of the World. Yeah. Okay. I didn't call the murder. I don't know. There's 2 plot lines that go in Murder at the End of the World, David. Okay. There's like a flashback one and the current one. I like the flashback one way more than I like the current one, which is kind of why I loved half the show.
That's how I am with Monarch Legacy of Monsters, the Godzilla TV show. I love the stuff with young Kurt Russell, who's played by his son Wyatt Russell in the past. I like that storyline, how Monarch was founded, more than I like the young people running around. And I don't know. I'm just not as into that side of the story. So
Jesus Payne asks a pretty good question here, David, before we get into our best of 2023. Yes. Do you think Margot will survive the finale of For All Mankind? They love to kill people at the end of the show.
Oh, that's right. I don't want to. That's right. Especially what happened this last episode. Yeah, I did not see that. I feel like I won't spoil anything, but For All Mankind's penultimate episodes, this show is not Game of Thrones, but when stuff goes down, they usually save it for the penultimate episode. Totally. I should have known that. I think when I was watching, I wasn't aware that the episode was episode 9. I was just watching it and I was like, oh, this is interesting. All of a sudden, whoa, all that happened at the end. So I hope, I don't know. I feel like they need to, because what's next season going to be? Are they going to be 80 years old? Like these actors can't go old, but so old. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Great show. The fantastic show though.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been really good. I also finished Bookie. Loved that show. Apparently it's getting a season 2. You sent me that.
It is.
I thought Sebastian was great. I think that's like a perfect role for him. I know they've been trying to put him in roles on TV for a while now. And they got one. I thought he was great in that role for sure. And what else did the Macuga?
Oh, Josh, what have you? I haven't been able to talk to you about it. What do you think of Reacher so far?
Oh,
the ultimate dad TV show.
It really is the ultimate dad TV show. I love it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yes.
I think I love this story. I love the last episode. The ending crushed me.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? I'm kind of torn a little bit.
It's entertaining, but it's hard to say this because I don't need Reacher to be anything that it's not. I don't need it to be Fargo. I don't need it to be Murder at the End of the World, something that's like deep metaphorical study of something. I don't need my mind to be blown.
Yes.
But after a time, it does feel a little bit like more of the same thing. It's just, I feel like maybe it could be a little bit less episodes, maybe a few less, trim a couple episodes. I don't know. It's hard to say, it's good. I still like it a lot. I love the team. I love that he has a unit.
I love the team.
In the unit. Like, I mean, I could see the season, like they're going around solving crimes. I love I'm always butcher his name, Josh, the Italian fellow from The Wire.
Mendoza.
Yeah. Like one of the better guest performances of 2023. Just fantastic. Awesome. But I feel like there are times when I'm kind of checking my phone and I zone out a little bit. I'm just not like Fargo. I'm glued on every single frame. With Reacher, I'm not, but it's still fun. I want to see more. I'm gonna, if there is a season, I'm gonna watch season 3. It's still a lot of fun.
I'm loving it. I mean, Amanda and I it's appointment television. We love where it's going. I think I'm in the same thing. Like I'm not like asking for it to be The Last of Us or Game of Thrones. I'm asking it for it to be Reacher, and it is Reacher. It's awesome. I like the female lead who's his love interest a lot. I like his his counterpart, the girl that's like not very touchy-feely, kind of a thing. I love the dude that was like the player back then. I mean, I think I think this has been a great story this season.
Agreed.
Which I really like.
And I always forget his name, but the guy who's playing the villain, who was in the Terminator movie, Sopranos, has been around for years. I always forget his name. Something Patrick. Isn't his name Patrick something?
Robert Patrick. He was in
Terminator 2. Yeah. He's always a good villain.
He's a good villain.
He's a good villain.
Solid villain. Yeah. The last thing we watched, Amanda and I watched a British show, David, a British drama.
Ooh.
Okay.
Which one?
It was called Fool Me Once. It's on Netflix.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
Yes, it has the guy from The Hobbit in it. It's Harlan. Yes. It's based off one of Harlan Corbin's novels.
Harlan Corbin book.
Yes. And that guy, Richard Armitage, is in, I think, every adaptation, because that's Michelle's like jam. So she's always watching those shows. I'm like, oh, there's Armitage again. There he is again. There he is again. Yeah. Was it good though? Was it worth checking out?
Yeah, we liked it. We liked it. It was a crazy twist at the end. I mean, apparently these Harlan Corbin books all have wild twists.
Yes.
So I was a fan. Ross Bristow brings up, I keep saying Percy Jackson keeps getting thrown my way, but I've watched it.
What the Griffins watched, when I say what the Griffins watched, what did I watch? I watched the first episode of Percy Jackson. I was like, okay, I see it. I think the budget was like 12 to 15 million an episode. It looks great. It's got those, Harry Potter, this young kid who has a bigger destiny, whose dad was somebody, I mean, it's got that kind of vibe to it, but I dug it. I definitely dug it.
Okay. I'll check it out.
I'll watch more.
Okay. Okay. Let's do our best of 2023, David. What do you think?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so I did mine of I did just like a bunch of different categories that are kind of funny. I didn't do like a top 10 or anything. How did you do it? Did you do like a top 10?
I did very basic top 10, which was super hard. So for instance, if you're listening to my list, I left out, and not because you can't have it in your list, but I left out, just to lessen the amount of shows, I left out Fargo, Reacher, and For All Mankind because they're still airing, even though they are still 2023 shows. And I was trying to use shows that I've seen in their entirety. So that was my thinking in the list, but there are shows that I'm leaving out that were really good. These are just 10 of my favorites. Okay.
All right, let's start. Here, I'll start. This is my first category. This is best series finale for me. Now, there was a bunch of them. Barry, Succession, Sex Education, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Those were all great series finales. However, my favorite series finale of the year was Reservation Dogs. Okay. And that goes like my overall probably my favorite show that I'm glad that I started and kept watching, because it left me like, man, I'm just so glad that show was in my life, kind of a thing. So series finale left me sad but happy all at the same time. And I can't recommend that show high enough.
I need to watch that. I know that's on everybody's top 10, Reservation Dogs.
Yes. All right, what do you got? What's your 10? What's your number 10?
Number 10, I have Hijack. Maybe the event show of the year in terms of just where did the show come from? Did we need the show?
Yes.
Do we need to be on a plane for 10 episodes? Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
I feel like Idris Elba one day was just sitting around, right? And some guy came up to him like at like a coffee shop and was like, "Hey, we're shooting this show on this airplane for the next like 10 days. You want to come on it?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, why not?"
Why not?
And
Yeah.
then he like read the script each take. He was like, "Oh, this looks good," and he does it. And then we have a show.
Yeah.
And that's like Hijack to me was, I mean, I don't want to say underrated, but I was shocked by how much I liked it.
And it's not a show that needs a second season. It doesn't need to continue, but it's one of those things that I remember after the finale aired, Josh, you were like, what could they do for season 2? Like maybe they hijack, like, I don't know, like something else, like a boat. And then like maybe Elba's not like directly involved. Maybe they bring him in as an advisor. Like this show does not need an expanded universe. It could end as it is and be perfect. But I'm like, I kind of want to see what else they can do. Like hijacked : let's just die hard this thing. Let's just keep it going for a while. Let's do it.
100%. 100%. I watched Die Hard with my dad a couple days when we were like one of the days in Palm Desert. And he's like, God, I forgot how good this movie is. I'm glad that my dad and I can still share Die Hard as a Christmas classic in the Macuga household. All right, here's my next category. Best series I didn't think I would love as much. And that is The Last of Us. I went into The Last of Us thinking like, all right, it's a video game adaptation. I have never seen a really good one. Everybody talks about like, oh my God, Last of Us. I love it so much. It's so good. And it was. It really was.
It's really good. Yeah.
The hype lived up to the hype. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so, but Last of Us.
Oh, really. Other news. I know, Josh, you didn't play the games. This probably won't mean anything to you, but
nothing.
I remember there was a rumor going around about they were going to cast a major character from the second game named Abby. In the rumor, somebody, maybe it was MK Songbird, somebody else said the rumor was it's going to be Caitlin Dever. And it is her. That was announced today. It is official now. It is official that she is going to be Abby, which is she's good.
Yeah.
She doesn't fit the look of the character. Like the character Abby's like this, like jacked.
She's like
girl.
Reacher.
She's like Reacher, like female Reacher, like jacked. But Caitlin is, awesome. So I mean, I again, I don't need the actors to look exactly like their characters. I mean, it's how you interpret the character, and she's a good actress. So I'm sure it'll be fine. So anyway, that's a little Last of Us news.
I'm
sure she'll be great.
Not Rick Samora said she is going to be beefy, so she's going to beef up, huh?
Going to beef up, get swole.
I think 80s Brigitte Nielsen.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh, okay.
I like that.
David, what's your number 9?
Number 9. Again, probably not one of the top 10 shows of 2023 in terms of content, but it was one of the shows that I loved. Maybe this should be like David's favorite shows to watch. Maybe that should be
That's what the list is, bud.
Okay, it's not top 10.
It's your list. It's not Rolling Stone or Hollywood Reporter. This is the Griffin list, the Griff list.
It is from the great universe of Taylor Sheridan. It is Special Op Lioness.
Oh,
love
I forgot
that
about
show.
Lioness. That was an appointment show.
It was appointment view, and like every time there was a new episode, I watched it immediately. Just loved it.
Did that get a season 2? Do we know if that got a season 2? I forget.
So the show ended during the strike, I think. And I remember there was an article that came out that said Sheridan and Zeldana were talking about season 2 ideas. So it'll happen. I don't know if it's been official, but it'll happen.
I mean, it's Taylor Sheridan. The dude can really do whatever the hell he wants.
It's fine.
All right. How about this? Best show people told me to watch. I said, shut up. I don't want to watch it, but you're going to make me watch it. And now I love it. Warrior. I mean, it shows. It's just great. It's a great show. Yes. I'm so glad I watched it. I'm so glad I got angry at the chat and I said, and I'm going to watch it. All you idiots keep telling me to watch it. And I love you guys, you big dumb dummies. And you were right. You were right. You were right. When you're right, you're right. You're right.
You're right. It's a good show. It's a good show. You got to listen to the people. Listen to the people.
What do you got? 8.
Next, I have 8 Slow Horses. Fantastic. This might be season 1's probably the best. It's probably my second favorite season. This is kind of the all-out action season. If you were thinking season 1 was slow, Josh, season 3 is a lot of action. The final episode has this 40-minute just shootout, which is so weird for the series. It's not really about that, but it's a lot of fun. I think, Gary Oldman, like I always say, can do no wrong. He's perfect for the role. It was just renewed for a 4th season. Season 4 is already in production. They may be close to done filming. I think they filmed seasons back to back. So they're just going on and on. I think I told you, Josh, Gary Oldman says, I will continue to do this show as long as they'll have me. So he's happy with carving out a few months of his time to film this. So Slow Horses is one of the best.
Says Andrew Koji moving from Warrior to season 3 of Gangs of London. Very excited for that. Really? I mean, that makes sense. There's no season on the horizon of Warrior, so go.
Oh, Josh, you never checked out Gangs of London, right?
Yeah, that's next on the list.
All right, that should be the show then. Yeah, that's a great show.
What's that? Is that Max?
Yes, because it's an AMC Plus show, so the first season should be on. Because remember they brought some of the AMC Plus shows over to Max, so yeah, you should be able to check that out on Max.
Okay, okay, got it. All right, Gangs of London is next. All right, here's my next category, David. Here we go. The best show I haven't heard much about a second season, but really wish there's a second season because I love this show so much. Rogue Heroes. It was Stars, but it was on Prime. And it was about the formation of the Royal Air Force. The actor that played Alfie, what's his name? The guy that played Reek, Theon Greyjoy, he's in it.
Yes.
And then the kid from Sex Education who plays the headmaster's son, he's in it.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's really Alfie Allen. Thank you, MK Songbird. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And then Asa Butterfield. How do you say his name?
No, Asa Butterfield. It's not him. It's the
not him. Oh, okay.
Not him. It's the kid that plays the headmaster's son. I forget the actor's name. MK Songbird. Tell me that actor's name. You're always good with that. I highly recommend that one, David. I think it takes place in World War II. I think you'd love it.
Okay.
Because we got our Steven Spielberg airline pilots one.
Yes, and folks, next week we're going to talk about our most anticipated of 2024, the shows we're excited to see, but that is definitely Masters of the Air is definitely one of them. Yes.
Sorry, the SAS, not the Royal Air Force. Sorry, British Special Forces. Okay. Thank you, Daniel Stavilla. My bad.
Connor
Swindells. Connor Swindells. He sounds like a country music star, but he is in fact an actor. Yeah. Tom G says, I think Josh was writing Josh Pretty questions and categories at the same time as writing his top 10 list. It's not a top 10 list. It's my favorite things of 2023. David went top 10. I went silly categories. That's why we have a show. Do you want me to yell at you again, Tom G? I will suspend you. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Ross Bristow, Austin Butler has a World War II show in the Masters of the Air. Yeah, well, that's what we were just talking about.
We're very excited for that.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
I will tell you one show that we'll talk about it next week on our 2024. All right. What's next for you, David?
Next for me is I actually just finished it last night. I watched the final 2 episodes of season 6, part 2. We are going with The Crown. Talking about great British dramas, maybe one of the greatest of all. No, I don't know if it's greatest of all time. Very good show. Just a great finale. I mean, you have the first half of season 6 is more about Princess Diana. The second half, you get some William and Kate, but I feel like it's mostly about Queen Elizabeth, which is what I'm honestly more interested in. I love its portrayal of the one who actually wears the crown, and it's Queen Elizabeth. So I like how they kind of bring it back around to her. Imelda Staunton is incredible. Dolores Umbridge. I mean, she just has the look. There's some cool things they do towards the end. I don't want to spoil it if anybody's still catching up on The Crown, but I really enjoyed the final season. So yeah, one of my all-time favorites.
Well, I'm your love for the crown. I mean, you might as well get it tattooed somewhere. Get it get a Bills tattoo and then get a crown on the buffalo.
Yes.
And that would be your ultimate tattoo. Yash Srivastava says True Detective season 3 has me pretty hyped. It's actually season 4, I believe.
It is 4. We're on 4.
And I think I would be more hyped if it wasn't Jodie Foster. I don't know if I like Joe, but maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't think you need to put a superstar in True Detective. But I don't know. Listen, I could be proved wrong. I think season 1 of True Detective is a top 10 show all time season, like standalone season of a show.
Yeah.
Top 10 all time. Mm-hmm. Season 2, and I don't ever need to watch again. Season 3 was good.
Good rebound. Yeah, good rebound.
Mm-hmm. Solid rebound. Mm-hmm. And this one just looks a little too creepy for me. Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm just curious because Jodie, what she can do, I see Yash says that they just rewatched Silence of the Lambs. I actually did that recently too, within the last year or so. I rewatched it. And I also, what I also rewatched was Inside Man. And Jodie has a small role, but she plays like this ice queen kind of character, like a fixer lawyer type character. Yeah. She can play the oh, geez, shucks, I'm just a small country bumpkin. And she can also play the ice queen. So I'm curious to see where this fits in with those two roles. Because she can, I mean, again, do I get hyped for Jodie Foster performance? Not really, but I am curious.
Yeah, like I saw this interview with her, which I kind of liked. Was hold on, excuse me, sorry. that lingering rosy sickness. She said something about like, you know, like actors these days, like the young actors and how they don't work hard and they're hard to work with, and kind of appreciated that. You know, like she's like trying to mentor some of these younger actresses, and they're like, she's like, they're just unappreciative kind of, you know, what, anyway. Which I kind of liked, which made me maybe want to watch this True Detective a little more. Maybe she's like getting into that like old get off
a little
my
bit of a hard ass, yeah.
Kind of like, because I would love this season of True Detective kind of be like Murder Dirter. What was that show called with Kate Winslet where she's in Philadelphia and he's like,
Mayor of Easttown.
Mayor of Easttown.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Great show.
Yeah. MK Songbird, Callie Reese. I'm psyched for season 4 because Issa Lopez, showrunner, director, and co-star Callie Reese. I don't know who Callie Reese is. I've never even seen this person before.
Yeah. I think I know what they're talking about, but I'm not familiar.
All right, my next category is show that took the weirdest turn in 2023, and that would be For All Mankind. I did not see it turning into like this space Mars drama, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, because you can kind of see where the show's going. Like, I feel like when they jump another 10 years in the future, like, will like Mars be its own superpower instead of like US versus Russia? It's going to be Mars versus Earth, which reminds me of a different show, The Expanse, which is another sci-fi show. Josh, don't worry, I'll make you watch it, but it's one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite book series. But I wonder if it's kind of building towards that.
Yeah. Troy says, seems like the more stars, the better. Season 1 was so great because of Woody and McConaughey.
Yes.
Season 2, Colin Farrell, the most of any only real highlight. Season 3, I didn't watch. So I think season 1 of True Detective would have been great with anybody, but Matthew McConaughey made it great. Woody Harrelson was Woody Harrelson. I think Matthew McConaughey made that show incredible, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Colin Farrell, like you said, was the only thing good in season 2 and season 3. I think both stars were great, but you could have, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. And Yashavastava says it best. I missed, not only do I miss Gordo, I miss Tracy. I miss Tracy and Gordo. I miss their relationship. I really missed. Yeah. I hated the wife hooking up with the son. I hated that storyline. I thought it was so stupid,
weird storyline,
so unbelievable, like not believable at all. Like it just wasn't. Anyway, For All Mankind and DMX. Who'd have thought? I don't know what that means.
Oh, the X gonna remember when he tells him his plan? He's like, X gonna give it to you. I was like, let's do
that. Is pretty good. I love
it. Was good. Yeah,
you're right. Good call. Well done.
Also, I want to highlight, Josh. I don't know if you have this in your thing, and I can't take credit for this because someone else made this their own award. But best montage of 2023, one of the best, is from For All Mankind when they're doing the upstairs downstairs thing. Like you're seeing the routine of the people upstairs and how their life is so good, all the food they get to eat, and you see the life of like that's just an awesome montage. Like great, pretty cool, great montage. Yeah,
agreed.
Sorry, Josh. So next for me, we're only getting near the end here. I have one of your suggestions, Josh. Jury Duty, great show.
Yes, solid, right?
Number 6. Yes. Love Jury Duty. A lot of fun.
Do like here, I'll rattle a bunch of mine off.
Yeah,
and because I've got a lot more, and then we can go back to. Why don't you do your 6, 5, and 4? I'll rattle off a bunch, then you can do your 3, 2, 1.
So 6, like I said, was Jury Duty. 5, Silo. Pretty cool series. Rebecca Ferguson.
It's Graham Yost show too, right?
It's Graham Yost, friend of the show. And then The Last of Us is number 4.
Got it.
Last of Us.
Wow, you had Last of Us at 4.
Wait, do I have? Oh no, I have 2 of the same. I'm sorry. I need to cross this off here. Sorry. So Last of Us is 3. Apologies. Okay. I need to change my list. It's 3. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I have 2 more left.
All right. So I've got show that made me the happiest. That would be Jury Duty. That was my happiest show of 2023, 100%. Best line uttered in 2023 of any show was from In Succession when he said, "I'm the oldest boy, but I'm the oldest boy." I think that writing of that line and the delivery of that line in that moment is so perfect. Like I don't know what the writer's room was like, but when he like wrote that line, oh man, it's so perfect for the character, for the moment, for the show, for everything. That's the moment we were waiting for for 4 seasons of that show. We were waiting for that moment, and we got the payoff. I mean, it just. My let's see. Best character of 2023 is
Mhm.
Richie in The Bear. Cousin Richie, I think he had the best glow up of any character.
Yep.
I think from season 1 to season 2, I think the episode
Maybe the best
Forks
episode, of the season. One of the best for
was the
sure.
best episode.
Yeah.
I think Seven Fishes might be a standalone movie. I would honestly take it out of that show
Insanity.
and make it a standalone movie.
Yeah.
Because it could that should have been like their Christmas special, like the Bears Christmas special, right?
Yes.
Because I think Forks I think it might have been the best episode of TV the whole year. Show not enough people have seen, David Primo.
Okay. Yep. I haven't seen it.
Most overrated show with my okay. Most overrated show with the best performance, the crease ending, Beef. I just didn't like the show, but I loved the performance, and I thought the finale of the show was ridiculous and awesome all at the same time, like absurd. Show that stunned me how much I liked it. Somebody Somewhere. I can't recommend this show high enough. I believe it's on Prime. Could be Netflix, but Somebody Somewhere is just awesome, man.
Mhm.
It's so simple. It's slice of life. It's so heartwarming and like heartbreaking all at the same time. I didn't think I would like love this show as much as I did. It's just so good, David. And I've got a bunch more here, but the show everyone wouldn't shut up about, and I hated, Poker Face.
I enjoyed Poker Face. I enjoyed it.
I know you did. And
didn't make top 10, but I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Everybody loved it. It got nominated for all these stupid awards. It stunk. It stunk. That show stunk. It was so dumb. It was just the worst. It was Josh. It wasn't good. It wasn't even.
It's Ryan Johnson though, and I'm not even a big fan of what's her name from
Ryan
like
Johnson
I didn't even like Russian
Reynolds.
Doll.
It stunk, David. That show stunk.
Okay.
It was like. Here's the thing. It started off kind of cool, like, oh, she's getting chased by these people in the casino, and then those people didn't come back for like 7 episodes. What the hell's going on? Like that show's so it was bad. The show was bad.
Okay.
It's bad. I'm sorry. The Hollywood makeup episode and Natasha Lyonne are great. No, they're not. It's not. She's. I'm sorry. It's just
you got a little bit of you got a little brief glimpse of Adrian Brody on TV. I was like,
I like Adrian Brody. He was never. He was only in it for like 8% of the show.
I didn't get enough of them. Yeah.
All right. What are your? Give me your 3 and 2.
I got last 3. So 3 and 2. I'm gonna go with Happy Valley, the final season. It's just 3 seasons, and they were spread out over like 10 years. I think the show premiered in like 2014 or something like that. But great finale. Great season. Great performances. I love Happy Valley. Just one of the best small town cop shows. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Broadchurch. Sorry?
Is it in New Zealand?
No. It's in like the northern part of UK. They have that thick, like, I mean, UK folks are going to hate me, but like, I'm from up north, like that north. It's almost like the accent is so thick that you need to, Michelle and I watch it with subtitles. I can't understand. They say like Tara, TA-RA is like Tara. Like, I'm like, what? It's like, it's the language. I struggle with it.
Troy just sent us a very generous Streamlabs. And he said, so many picks of the year, but is there still a?
Yes,
there will be.
We got to get to that. We need to get to that.
Let David and I get through this. So number 2 is Happy Valley.
No, it was Happy Valley.
Oh,
then The Bear, and then Succession. Just to round it out. Just get it out there. Yeah.
It would be silly to not have Succession as your top show for sure.
Right. And I don't know if the Succession, The Bear. I mean, it's just they're both awesome shows.
100%. So, and thank you, Troy. Very generous Streamlab. Really appreciate it. Okay. I'll do my last few here. Show I'm really bummed got canceled. The Other Two. I thought it's a comedy that it just hits everything. If you ever worked in entertainment, it's just so satirical. It's genius. It's like it's on a different planet. And Molly Shannon is so good in her role, and the 2 main people that in the show are people I've never seen before, and they're incredible. They're really incredible. Show nobody watched it, but it was made just for me. I think is Bookie. I don't know anybody else that watched it, and I think that show is just made for me. Literally, like they HBO Max like, here, Josh, this is for you, buddy. Did you watch any of Bookie yet?
I didn't. No, I keep seeing it there though. It's always like, David, you should watch this show. I'm like, maybe I should listen to HBO. Listen to what they have to tell me.
The White Lotus was this year or last year. The White
that's
Lotus
just
was this
not.
year.
Yeah,
It was
not for
fine.
me.
I
It's
think
not for me.
the show is fine. I think like the last part of the last episode was really kind of what made it. The rest of the I don't know. It's fine. I don't. Yeah. Brittany Parker. I'm in mourning over the other two. Yeah, me too. That show's just so good. Character I will miss the most after their series finale, I think, is Mrs. Maisel. I fell in love with that character and that whole show. I think that was again another show for me that, I mean, if you remember,
one of my favorites.
Early TV talk. Remember we watched it was when Amazon was still doing like the
pilot season. Yeah, yes, I love that.
Tom G, the bookie got renewed. I know, Tom G. I'm pumped. I'm just gonna miss Mrs. Maisel. I think that show could have done like a few more seasons. I'm glad that ended when it did, but I'm also like, he could have done a couple more, I think, and I would have been fine with it. Most anticipated show that let me down, sort of, is Party Down. Like, I loved the
I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that. Yeah,
you know,
not good.
A lot of people saying Barry in here. I loved the last season. I love Barry. I think the series finale was great. I think the show was great. I think Barry super underrated in the HBO pantheon, and kind of will always be underrated because it came out. I don't know. It's like it's never going to be mentioned in the Game of Thrones, Sopranos, The Wire, Succession realm, but it's equally as good.
I'm going to go back and watch it because I watched all of season 1. I loved it. I know I watched a couple of season 2 and just got away from it, but it's not because I didn't like it. That's that and Reservation Dogs. I've seen a couple Reservation Dogs. I need to go back and watch those shows through the entirety and finish them.
Sure. Yeah. Season 2 of a show that I really need to watch and finish is Yellow Jackets. It finally came on. I don't know. Like I now have it and I can watch it. But I need to watch that. Show that made me want to make a career change, Shrinking. I think I'd be a really good therapist.
Shrinking was very good. I enjoyed that.
Shrinking was great.
Love Harrison Ford.
Katie Dunlap, Steelers go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, Katie.
Come on. Really, Katie? Come on. Let's go, Buffalo. You guys already have, Josh, in your lifetime, you have Super Bowls. You've won. Let Bills win one. Let us get one.
Yeah. Sorry, David. We need 7, buddy.
No.
It's been too long. British show that made me glad I didn't live in the 80s in England. The Gold.
One of our favorite.
One of our favorites.
Right, I forgot about that. So good.
And my final show that makes me never want to move to the middle of nowhere and glad I never married an actress. Barry. There we go. That was my final category there. So 2023 was a great year for TV, bud. A great year for TV.
2024 looks like stacked. It is like there's because of all the strikes and everything. It is stacked in 2024. There's so much coming out.
Punched in the face with TV, David.
So much. Yeah. Next week, we're talking about it. Most anticipated shows. We're talking about it next week.
2024, baby.
Yes. Let's do it.
This is TV Talk. We're here every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, in another time zone, wherever you live. We appreciate everybody here in the chat. Thank you all for being here. You're all great people. Be nice to one another. It's way easier to love than hate. Find the good. Text somebody, call somebody, tell them you love them. David, what is your week?
Pick of the week is I could easily go with the football game on Sunday, but I will say a TV show. I'm going to go with Echo. I mean, I'm going to try to watch the episode tonight. Michelle and my mother-in-law are here, but they usually fall asleep by about 7:30, take a nap. So I think while they're napping, I'm going to probably watch some Echo tonight. At least probably try to get through one episode.
Okay. I'm going to have to watch Echo. I think it's just, I mean, they keep hammering me with it.
All 5 episodes are out now. All 5.
My of the week is Bookie. Like it is. If you're a sports gambler like me, the show it's magical, but it also, I don't know, there's something just kind of cool about it. I think Sebastian does a great job, and I can't wait. Jeremy Fuertes, House of Dragons, can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't wait. That's both. Can't wait. That's coming, Jeremiah. It's coming.
When is it? Like March? Is it gonna be March? February?
I thought it was
May.
Summer?
June.
Summer-ish. Yeah, summer-ish, I think. Yeah. Okay. Summer.
Yeah, that's all I got. TV Talk. Put down the book. Pick up the note.
We're back.
I'm just gonna hit end stream. David. Oh man, I forgot to tell you guys.